I feel it's important to be here because I believe that people are trying to make workers choose the environment over work and environmentalists over workers. In other words, there are those who fight for environmental change but only support it if they do it on the cheap, which means it's done at the expense of workers. And what we have to do is create a green economy that works for everybody. And that means that we got to make sure that we create good paying jobs. Jobs with benefits, jobs that bring hope to those who are suffering, jobs that a jobs program similar to what FDR did under the New Deal. I've been in politics for a very long time. I'm not even going to tell you how long, but a very long time. And oftentimes change, not oftentimes, every time that change comes about, it comes about because people push it. People unite, coalitions come together, and they create power. We have to work together and create that power. This is just a step. You know, having a rally like this is great, and it makes people feel good. But unless they're willing to take action and continue the fight afterwards, it's meaningless. So we have to continue the fight. Here's a focus right today. These trade agreements that are basically designed by corporations for corporations at the expense of our planet and expense of workers. Because what they do, as you well know, is that they offshore their companies to where they get the cheapest labor and the least amount of interference as it relates to the environment. We've also seen these trade agreements destroy economies. All we have to do is look at Mexico. I mean, there are those who scratch their head and go, why are we having this problem with immigration? Well, our trade agreements destroyed their economy. Where are those people supposed to go? They're looking for work. They want to feed and clothe their families. That's what's most important to a worker. And so to focus on trade agreements, to demand that we have trade agreements with teeth in it that protect workers and protect the environment is something everybody can focus on. You know, we can do a really good job, and we're doing a better job in America. But our environment isn't just isolated to America. You know, we have to look at our impact on the world and how we can change our policies worldwide, or we're not doing anything. Well, the little bit I know about, I think Germany's doing a great job. My understanding is you go over there, you can't throw a rock without hitting a solar panel. Why aren't we doing things like that? Why aren't we being innovative? Why aren't we experimenting? Next steps. I mean, I've been to many rallies, big rallies, and creating that power is all about what do you do next. So does this result in a legislative agenda in Salem to support the governor in his vision as part of sort of a West Coast policy, which I think is the way we got to go. So it's what's next. Well, one of the experiences I have here in Oregon is oftentimes we start out with really good legislation, good for the environment and good for the worker. But by the time it gets through the legislature, there isn't a lot for the worker. They're trying to do this on the cheap. You know, when folks are worried about putting food on the table and a roof over their head, that's all they're thinking about. I mean, everybody's an environmentalist. I don't know anybody who I don't know any sane people who don't believe in global warming. But when people are poor and people are struggling, they don't get to pay that much attention to it. And we got to fix that. We have to fix that. And we need to educate our people to understand that link between a healthy planet and good jobs is there. And I don't think we've done a really good job at that.